Up next, straight away, viewers, cutting across to those visuals coming in where Yogi Adityanath, in fact from Gorakhpur, the incumbent chief minister is all set to cast his vote. Remember, this is the sixth phase of the Uttar Pradesh elections, and now several important key constituencies, including that of Gorakhpur, that is considered the bastion of the incumbent chief minister Yogi Adityanath, where those visuals coming in, Yogi Adityanath going in to cast his vote. And in Gorakhpur, we see how several people, in fact, are already in the queue, and Yogi Adityanath first up, one of the very first voters, in fact, who's going to cast his vote in Gorakhpur. And we see several other key constituencies that are going to go into elections, in fact, today. And we have the largest team of reporters present on the ground. Let me straight away go across to my colleague Madhurima, who's joining me from there. Madhurima, we see those visuals on our screens. Yogi Adityanath already casting his vote. What is the mood like over there? How are the people in his bastion also reacting?
Very interesting day here in Gorakhpur, as we know that it is the chief minister who's reached the polling booth just 2 minutes before that even the polling has to be began. The polling began at 7 a.m. here. It's 7:01. He will be the first voter to cast over his vote from the Gorakhpur urban seat. And as we know that it's his bastion, he has represented Gorakhpur in the parliament as well, in the national capital. And now, after being the chief minister last time through the route of MLC, this time he chose to contest the elections, giving all a very big surprise. These are the live visuals of UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath casting his vote. He's an early voter over here, and as he said, the feel here at the ground is all for him. Right now, we've been reporting here for quite some days, and it is the people of Gorakhpur who believe that it is not Yogi versus somebody else. It's more of Yogi versus how he's going to break the previous records. It is Yogi versus record that have been set here by the previous contestants of the BJP. In the entire Gorakhpur district, there are 9 seats. 8 of them were won by the BJP in the last assembly elections, being Gorakhpur seat as well, where the last contestant had also won from 60,000 votes. So the target for the chief minister is to win with all the more votes. The people here are excited that it's a chief ministerial candidate representing their seat. The competition is very, very tough for other parties over here because Yogi Adityanath has known to serve this particular seat for the longest time, ever since he became the parliamentarian, first time at the age of 26, and now that he's 49, he's been serving the constituency of Gorakhpur in various forms, even as member of parliament, and now that he'll be representing it if he wins from here, which is highly likely, looking at the mood at the ground level. These are the early visuals that we are bringing you of Yogi Adityanath casting his vote, giving out a strong message, appealing people to come out and vote in large numbers. This is the sixth phase, only one phase to go to decide the fate of Uttar Pradesh and the Bharatiya Janata Party on March 10th. And as we know that the Gorakhpur has been very dear to the BJP and Yogi Adityanath, it is highly likely that we expect a good performance from the BJP over here. But the target is, but if he wins then by how many votes? It is the people believe that he will be contesting here to set new records that have never been seen in the history of Uttar Pradesh. They're quite happy that the chief ministerial candidate of the BJP is contesting from this particular seat. That is the mood that we're picking from the ground right now. Yogi Adityanath, for our viewers, early visuals, 7 a.m. He's an early voter. We know that his lifestyle is saint-like, and he's known for starting his life really early in the morning and setting an example. He's here at 7 to cast his vote. One of the early voters. We'll see that if he speaks to media and if he sends out a message, we'll try to get in a word from the chief minister as well. in the past as well, he has asserted that it is his good governance that will speak for itself, and which is why he is contesting these elections. And because we've seen it is happening for the first time in 18 years that a chief minister will be contesting elections over here in the state of Uttar Pradesh, because generally they do take the route of the MLC, but asserting that the Bharatiya Janata Party has done stupendous work in the past 5 years, and the double engine ki sarkar will provide Uttar Pradesh and specifically Gorakhpur a new age development program as it intends to. People should elect the BJP. This is what Yogi Adityanath has been asserting throughout his campaigning over here in Gorakhpur and otherwise across all the state as well. It is going to be interesting as to see what is the kind of performance over here, because even at the last time, the last contender of the BJP had won, Radha Mohan Das Agarwal had won with 60,000 seats from here. He made way for the chief minister himself. It's an interesting fact that Mr. Mohan Das Agarwal was the one, he was initially at the time when he was contesting these elections, he was backed by Yogi Adityanath himself, and now that he decided to contest, he made way for him and has been seen campaigning as well. It's a very interesting election for Uttar Pradesh, because the BJP will be trying to retain more seats than it won the last time. 312 was the number of seats that the BJP had swept in 403 seats of Uttar Pradesh. It was a massive performance. Mr. Adityanath has been asserting that looking at the performance of the BJP, the developmental, the law and order, the way it has been strengthened, the women are safe, more opportunities are being brought here. Highlighting the investor summit as well. They want to make the state of Uttar Pradesh a more developed, more independent state, and that is what they have been contesting, that they have given tickets to people who have performed the last time. Looking at their contribution this time, the tickets have been distributed. The chief minister is very, very confident of the work that he has done. He is very confident of the growth the BJP's double engine ki sarkar has brought to the state of Uttar Pradesh, and that is what he has been averring for a very long time throughout the campaigning, that it is the BJP and the BJP only which could provide Uttar Pradesh the development, the impetus that is needed, because it is one of the largest states of the country, very politically crucial, and it will be a litmus test for the BJP to repeat that kind of performance once again after 2014 general election, 2017 general assembly elections and 2019 general elections. It would be a litmus test to see that will the BJP be able to repeat what it has done in the last 3 times in 2 general elections and 1 assembly elections. These are the visuals that we are getting you early from Prathmik Kanya Vidyalaya over here in Gorakhpur urban seat, where the chief minister has come to cast his vote. He is an early voter here. The BJP has been contending very hard that they will provide Uttar Pradesh the development that they expect and that they aspire. They have been pointing out the fact that it is them only that can give Uttar Pradesh the law and order and the development that it deserves. We have seen Yogi Adityanath asserting the fact.
All eyes are on Gorakhpur as the incumbent chief minister makes his way to cast his vote. Stay on with us, Madhurima. Sumi, my colleague, also joins us on the broadcast, and she's also joining us from Kushinagar. Sumi, what more are you also picking up? Because now all we are looking at is Gorakhpur, and how it is going to also have a direct bearing on the entire election result of Uttar Pradesh, and whether or not the BJP's agenda of Vikas and the double engine ki sarkar, if that has actually succeeded and if that has struck a chord with the people of Uttar Pradesh.
Yes, absolutely. Kushinagar is barely 50 to 60 kilometers away from Gorakhpur, and definitely all eyes are on Gorakhpur since the Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath is out there casting his vote, and he is an early voter. In fact, he came just minutes before the voting center and the voting began this morning. But we are here in Kushinagar, and remember, Kushinagar will also help in deciding the fate of the Bharatiya Janata Party, as Kushinagar will see a very, very tight rope competition between the Bharatiya Janata Party as well as the Samajwadi Party. We had seen how Swami Prasad Maurya back in 2016, he had joined Bharatiya Janata Party, but after facing some internal conflict within the party, he recently shifted to Samajwadi Party, and there was a high voltage drama that erupted after he, along with his close aid ministers. Apart from that, some of the BJP MLAs defected from the party and joined the Samajwadi Party. He believed to have been dwarfed by the Deputy Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Keshav Prasad Maurya, since they both are from the same community of Kushwaha, and also it is a very active social community here in the state of Uttar Pradesh, specifically in this Uttaranchal belt, in this Purvanchal belt, and Kushinagar opens the gate of the Purvanchal region of Uttar Pradesh, and this is going to be a very important area in deciding the fate of all the political parties, including the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party as well as the Samajwadi Party. We had seen how Swami Prasad Maurya became the de facto face of the social justice narrative of the Samajwadi Party, and Akhilesh Yadav has also used his name to target the Bharatiya Janata Party. In fact, he recently made a statement where he said that Samajwadi Party has been waiting for Swami Prasad Maurya since 2011. And if he would have joined back in 2011, UP, the state of Uttar Pradesh, wouldn't have to see the bad days that they witnessed in the last 5 years. However, we are here in Kushinagar, and this is the polling center that we have come to, and we know that the voting has just started, and we see a huge queue already here. The voters are really excited to cast their vote, and they have come out early in the morning. In fact, we had also witnessed a few women voters out here as well, and specifically people from the youth have also come here.